In other news, Iran has accused Saudi Arabia of deliberately bombing its embassy in Yemen. A coalition spokesman says airstrikes targeted Houthi rebels who were using abandoned embassies for their operations. Well, Soraya Lennie joins me in the studio with more on this. Soraya, good to see you. What's everyone saying then about this?
Well, the Iranians are saying, as you mentioned, this was a deliberate attack on its mission in Sanaa. They've accused the Saudi-led coalition, specifically Saudi Arabia, they've put the blame squarely at its feet, of deliberately violating all international conventions regarding the rules and the safety procedures of foreign diplomatic missions. Now, I will point out that this is the third such incident since Saudi Arabia started bombing Yemen in March. Back in April and May, when the first two attacks actually happened, Iran lodged a complaint with the United Nations Security Council and asked them to intervene to stop this sort of thing from happening. The Saudis, on the other hand, as you mentioned, of course, say that they were targeting Houthi rebels, that some of these embassies, the Saudis say that they've been abandoned, are being used by the Houthis to shelter in and to fire rockets and to continue this the war in Yemen. Now, we don't know what's going to happen now in terms of, obviously, the diplomatic repercussions with the United Nations and so on and so forth, but Iran has banned all imports from Saudi Arabia now, and the ban on Iranian citizens going to Saudi Arabia for religious pilgrimage for the Umrah is in place, and that's an Iranian ban on its own citizens.
Is that following today's events? Because there have been other diplomatic developments over the course of the last few hours as well, haven't there?
Absolutely. Well, the ban on the pilgrimage came in force in April after two Iranian nationals were allegedly sexually assaulted at the Jeddah airport. They were going there on pilgrimage. But fast forward several months, obviously in the last few days, we've seen the tensions between the two sides ratchet up quite significantly, first with the execution of the Shia cleric in Saudi Arabia, then with the attack on the embassy, the Saudi embassy in Tehran. So what we see right now, of course, is other nations and other states being drawn into this conflict. There are a number of states that have also withdrawn their diplomatic missions from Iran as well. Iran obviously countering with these measures, as I mentioned, banning Saudi goods. So we're going to have to see how this happens and who actually steps in to try to play peacemaker.
Okay, Soraya, thank you very much for the update.